I'm taking a video.
Alright, we get the truck loaded with all the gear. All American Outfitters just called, said we could be there a little early if we wanted to. We've got AR-10, 300 Blackout, 243, 450 Bushmaster. Alright, we're headed out. We're leaving 21 minutes earlier than we had planned. They said go ahead and get up there, maybe we can get some hunting in this evening. We met up with Travis from All American Outfitters at the Dairy Queen in Buffalo, Oklahoma. Or Caddo, Oklahoma, excuse me. There was a buffalo on a sign, but it was Caddo, Oklahoma. Now we're following him out to the range. We arrived, we got there early like we had hoped. We didn't have too much time for meet and greets, change clothes, and get ready to head out to the blind. The fields we were headed to were kind of in a figure 8 shape. They were narrow in the middle, opened up on both sides. They had it planted with protein. This was a cull hunt. They had several deer that they had pictures of that they had wanted to get out of the herd, trying to manage their herd. And when we saw the pictures, we're like, shoot ya, we'll take one of those. So actually, this is not considered one of their trophies. They have some really nice deer on this property. And I told Portia during editing to make me sound like Morgan Freeman. So if I don't sound like Morgan Freeman, I apologize. We get out to the blinds. It's September, so it's still relatively warm. I'm trying to film through the screen here, so some of the content may be a little bit blurry. I apologize. We had deer really close to us coming in under the blind. There was a doe to our left that had actually busted us, and she was making some noise and stomping the ground, but it didn't keep other deer from coming out. We were happy about that. We had a buck come directly under us. It was a smaller one, and then he went off to the left where that doe was. He never actually made it out to the feeder. That was a protein feeder that we were hunting in front of us. There was actually a corn feeder in the back also, but nothing was coming to the corn. They all wanted the protein. I'm not exactly sure what they had those fields planted in, but it was coming up pretty good. The deer in Oklahoma just seem to be bigger bodied than the ones that we have around East Texas. I don't really understand why that is. It seems like the harsher environments produce larger mammals. Courtney had been practicing for this shot for a month before the hunt. We had taken her 243 out and got her proficient out to about 240 yards. Luckily, this stand was only maybe 67, 70 yards in front of us. She was happy about that. The buck that she actually took came out from the tree line, the far tree line there that you see kind of to the left. He came in real fast. By the time I got the camera on him, he had already made it about halfway to the feeder, pushed off a younger one, got a little excited. She had to wait for that younger one to clear before she could take the shot. She's sitting positioned to my right, so her angle was a little different than mine. when she took the shot, got a little excited, wanted to congratulate her, kind of took the camera off the deer for a second. And then I remembered, oh crap, I'm filming. Me and Justice could see where it went off to the right. Courtney couldn't see from her vantage point. We stayed in the blind for a few minutes to make sure he was down.
I don't think he's jumping off, so I'll take you around.
He wasn't that hard to find.
Do what? Yeah, I mean, that's... Get that, get over there and get that head twisted around. Kind of concerned about Justice. He's like, look at the size of his nads.
Now, I'm not too sure about Justice. He may need some professional help. We had only been there a few hours, and we'd already had a conversation about the testicles on a hog, and then he's checking out the testicles on the deer. So he may want to get some therapy.
Oh my God.
Here we go.
Like I had mentioned, the deer there just had huge bodies on them. Courtney had a little trouble holding his head up. Then you can see here how large it is compared to them. We got a tremendous amount of yield out of this buck. Since Courtney had been able to take her deer on the first evening early, Travis, Justice, and I went out hog hunting that evening. It wasn't very long before we had walked up on a pretty large group of hogs. Travis had told me, "You see the big one?" I thought I saw the big one. Later on I found out the big one was in the middle of the field and I wasn't looking at the big one. They were using thermals. I was using night vision. I took the first shot and hogs started to scatter. They were shooting like it was a war zone. But after that we found no hogs.
All right, boss, what's the instruction?
You want to pull the charge handle all the way back and hold it and don't smash my finger. Yeah, let's let it fly too when it's time. Go ahead.
Saturday, the landowner was nice enough to bring out some of his toys and let us try to shoot them. So we got to shoot his Barrett and his 50 cal Desert Eagle. The Barrett 50 was surprisingly easy to shoot, smooth recoil. Courtney and April actually shot it also with no problem.
Okay, and where y'all shooting at?
We were shooting at that fence post across the water.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot to it. It's definitely not a carry gun. I mean, it is just a, as far as its weight and everything. I mean, it's fun to shoot and it would do some damage. I'm just, as far as
Still carry?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of any practical application. Rhino hunting.
On Saturday night, we went hog hunting again. April came with Courtney and I, and we sat in the blind where we had deer hunted on Friday. Travis and Justice went off bromancing somewhere. As far as I know, this was the first time that April had been on a hog hunt. Me and Courtney actually took simultaneous shots at the corn feeder that I had mentioned earlier that was behind us. There was 2 large hogs that came out back there. I didn't get any footage of those, but we both shot at them, and again, we didn't find any hogs. Off in the distance, we heard Travis and Justice shooting, but they didn't get any either. They were very elusive. On Sunday, we put some tannerite across the pond, and everybody took turns shooting. We shot a couple of ARs that I brought, 450 Bushmaster, 300 blackout. Dave got out one of his 223s.
A little high, yeah.
Everybody tried to shoot, but again, kind of like the hogs, it was elusive. We shot all around it. We shot the cap off of it. We shot the log out from underneath it.
Knocked it over.
It's gone now.
You knocked it over.
Shot the log out.
I did hit the beer box.
Wow.
Travis is a veteran. I was making fun of him, kind of cracking some jokes that at least he wasn't a sniper. And then I found out that he was a designated marksman, so I think he might need a little more practice. We were also able to take some ATVs and go explore the ranch. There's a cemetery on the ranch that has kind of been forgotten. The property owner had said that one of the local tribes was actually going to make arrangements to restore the cemetery, but that was a really neat place to check out.
It was a hog if they did.
Yeah, baby!
Joe.
It worked at least.
Third night hog hunt. April, Courtney, and I sat in the blind again, same spot. Travis and Justice off bromancing again. But finally, on the third night, we set up on 2 hogs. I was going to take one. Courtney was going to take one. April was using the night vision to film. Just as we were going to take the shot, the hog that I was set up on kind of turned towards the north and was behind hers. So we counted down, but she's the only one that squeezed the trigger. You can see the 2 hogs there in the right hand corner of your screen. I was shooting at the farther one. She was shooting at the closest one. April kind of loses them off to the right. She was focused on the piglets. Thought it was so neat. And keep in mind, this was only her second hunt ever, so trying to hold my AR-10 with the night vision on it was pretty heavy. So you can see there, we took the shot, the hogs run off, but we did find Courtney's hog, about 40 yards away, the only confirmed hog kill all weekend, with literally probably about 100 rounds fired at hogs. Monday morning when we were leaving, I realized that I hadn't got very much footage from the lodge, but most people were still asleep, so we didn't want to turn on any of the lights or make too much noise, so I apologize for the footage here, but you get the idea. It was a beautiful place. Please like, comment, subscribe, check out our other social media.
Girl, I know I hurt you bad. I'd sure love to have you back. I just pray that you give me a chance. God got mad. God got mad as hell at me and put me through some misery, treating one of his angels like that.
The last old top road before the house. Almost home.
This video was not filmed in front of a live studio audience. No vegans were hurt in the making of this video. All action footage was done by untrained idiots. Do not try this at home.